The best celebrity cameos in movie and TV history. They could be playing themselves or starring as a surprise fictional character. Sometimes they just unexpectedly walk on in the background without anyone saying anything at all. We are of course talking about celebrity cameos, those moments when a famous face shows up for a surprise slice of on-screen action. But who did it best? From Matt Damon's punk rock frontman to Ed Sheeran's surprise visit to Westeros, here are some of the best celebrity cameos ever. 20. Daniel Craig, Star Wars: The Force Awakens, 2015. Despite initially denying his involvement, it turns out that none other than 007 himself appeared in J.J. Abrams' much-anticipated Star Wars sequel in 2015. Craig was filming scenes for Spectre on the same studio lot that the sequel was in production and so joined the cast as an uncredited stormtrooper. 19. Justin Bieber, CSI, 2010. Back when he was still just a baby-faced popstar, Justin Bieber made a surprise appearance in CSI playing a troubled teen who struggled with authority figures. Talk about art imitating life. 18. Paris Hilton, Supernatural, 2009. As anyone who's ever seen her movies will tell you, Paris Hilton is hardly blessed with acting talent. However, she was handed a role she couldn't mess up in 2009 when she cameoed on Supernatural as a demon who had inhabited the form of Paris Hilton. 17. Demi Lovato, Grey's Anatomy, 2010. It seems like everyone is a fan of this seemingly never-ending medical drama. Even Disney star-turned-singer Demi Lovato, who showed up in Season 6 as a patient with a particularly weird ailment. 16. Michelle Obama, iCarly, 2012. The First Lady made a surprise appearance on the Nickelodeon sitcom iCarly back in 2012. Her role was in part motivated by her daughters Malia and Sasha, who were reportedly huge fans of the show's star Miranda Cosgrove. 15. Billy Idol, The Wedding Singer, 1998. One of the reasons why audiences look back so fondly on Adam Sandler's love letter to the 1980s is the surprise celebrity cameo from Billy Idol during the film's final scenes. The moment of movie magic wouldn't have happened, however, if it weren't for Idol's teenage son, who was a huge fan of the movie's star. "I'm going to have to see it anyway, so why not be in it?" the singer said at the time. 14. David Bowie, Zoolander, 2001. Zoolander and its star-studded sequel are no strangers to the celebrity cameo. After all, the likes of Victoria Beckham, Melania Trump and Justin Bieber have all appeared at some point across the two movies. But by far the most striking celebrity to star in the original movie was the late, great David Bowie, who makes a memorable cameo during a walk-off between Ben Stiller and Owen Wilson. 13. Stan Lee, every Marvel movie. The late, great Stan Lee helped to bring many of the heroes we know and love to life, so it's only fitting that the famous comic book scribe would feature in their on-screen adaptations. Over the course of countless films, he has appeared as everything from a postman to a hot dog vendor, and has become as much a part of the Marvel big screen experience as spandex costumes, CGI spectacles, and post-credits scenes. 12. Matt Damon, Euro Trip, 2004. There are some celebrity cameos so bizarre that you simply cannot believe that they actually happened, and Matt Damon's appearance in the otherwise forgettable frat comedy Euro Trip certainly falls into that category. Sporting a shaved head, neck tattoos and several piercings, Damon plays a punk singer spouting out the lyrics to the movie's soundtrack, Scotty Doesn't Know. It's one of the most bizarre cameos to grace the big screen, and one that people are still trying to work out 15 years later. 11. Neil Patrick Harris, Harold and Kumar Go to White Castle, 2004. There are celebrities who make cameo appearances as themselves, and then there is Neil Patrick Harris. The one-time child star of Doogie Howser, MD steals the show in this stoner comedy as a drug-taking, potty-mouthed, stripper-hungry exaggerated version of himself that helped reignite his career in Tinseltown. 10. Hulk Hogan, Gremlins 2, The New Batch, 1990. Looking back now, there's all manner of absurdity going on in this smash hit sequel to Joe Dante's creature feature. But perhaps the most outlandish moment comes during a break in the action where everything stops and Hulk Hogan is forced to face off against the titular critters in order to force them to play the rest of the film. 9. Johnny Depp, 21 Jump Street, 2012. Before it became a big screen hit starring Channing Tatum and Jonah Hill, 21 Jump Street was a teen-friendly TV show that gave a fresh-faced Johnny Depp his big break. So when the adaptation was released, it was only natural that the now megastar movie actor would make an appearance, but his in-character cameo still came as a surprise to cinema audiences across the globe. 8. Prince, New Girl, 2014. One of the most bizarre things about Prince's appearance on New Girl is that the Purple One actually got in touch with the show's creators to ask to be involved. Apparently he was a huge fan. The other random piece of trivia from the encounter? That would be his demand that he wouldn't share the screen with any Kardashians. Strange, but true. 7. Martin Scorsese, Taxi Driver, 1976. Who's that creepy guy in the back of Travis Bickle's cab? Well, it's none other than the movie's director Martin Scorsese, who followed the likes of Alfred Hitchcock on a well-trodden path of directors making uncredited appearances in their own productions. 6. Ed Sheeran, Game of Thrones, 2017. The British pop star's appearance in Game of Thrones Season 7 felt particularly odd, especially as his dulcet-toned soldier seemed to have no connection with the plot whatsoever. But the story behind Ed's appearance is actually much sweeter than you might suspect. In fact, Maisie Williams, who plays Arya, is a huge fan of the hit singer, so the showrunners arranged for him to appear as a treat for her. How lovely. 5. Martin Sheen, Hot Shots! Part 2, 1993. Before all that tiger blood nonsense, Charlie Sheen was the heart and soul of this delightfully silly spoof which ripped apart the action movie genre of the era. At one point in the sequel, Sheen's hero passes a gunboat upriver and is confronted by a similar character played by none other than his father Martin. As they pass, the two say "I loved you" in Wall Street, a blink and you miss it exchange that's one of the most meta moments to ever grace the multiplex. 4. Charlize Theron, Arrested Development, 2005. She's an Oscar-winning actress who is famous across the globe, so everyone was surprised when Charlize Theron showed up as an oddball English woman for a whopping 5 episodes in the then incredibly obscure TV comedy Arrested Development. 3. Bill Murray, Zombieland, 2009. Bill Murray is perhaps the oddest of oddballs, a fan-favorite actor who is the stuff of legend thanks to the various pranks he's played on unsuspecting members of the public over the years. Murray added another chapter to his persona in 2009, however, when he made a shock cameo in Zombieland, which according to the movie's writers, came about thanks to a casual phone call from his friend and eventual co-star, Woody Harrelson. 2. Donald Trump, Home Alone 2, Lost in New York, 1992. Before he was the commander-in-chief, Donald Trump made a bizarre cameo that seemed to have been shoehorned into Home Alone 2, Lost in New York. We say shoehorned because it doesn't seem to fit with the film at all, which is probably because it was never meant to. In fact, Trump's appearance only occurred thanks to a bizarre clause he had written into the contracts of productions that used his buildings, a legal agreement that demanded parts be written for him if he wanted to appear on screen. 1. Tom Cruise, Tropic Thunder, 2008. Today Tom Cruise's star is one of the loftiest in Hollywood, but it wasn't always that way. In fact, before his current stint as one of Tinseltown's most bankable actors, Cruise's career was in free fall after a string of PR failures in the mid-2000s. Thankfully, a critically acclaimed cameo in this Ben Stiller-directed comedy helped throw him a lifeline, one that he has clung onto with both hands ever since. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe. Thank you.